everybody, and
welcome to the Culinary View.
welcome. It is
winter.
so wonderful today. We're out here sunning. It is just fantastic. And today I wanted to show you a new additional hat that I've got. And this hat, we kind of talked about it on the internet, but this is a very special hat we got in Bavaria. And we put it out there to everybody and asking people to try to guess, what is this hat made of?
One of the fun, exciting treasures you can find along your travels.
And it feels so soft and
It does. It's kind of velvety.
It's amazing. It's an amazing hat we got in Bavaria. And guess what? This is made from mushroom. So who would have guessed?
It's a giant mushroom.
Oh,
literally.
it is kind of like a horseshoe mushroom that is grown in Bavaria, and it makes these incredible hats. So you don't have to guess. I already gave you the answer, so you're good. Today we're going to talk about some real interesting wines and some great combinations.
Absolutely.
After we learned so much from our trip to Bavaria.
You know, this month we're going to be talking about Swiss Chard on the Vineyard District Culinary View website. Mike Vadrine will have a great article about growing and harvesting Swiss Chard. There's a delicious recipe for Swiss Chard and cheese-stuffed mushrooms from the Vintage House, our chef Zeke.
Not my hat.
Not that mushroom, correct, yes. And we'll be posting some wine and food pairings as well. But I think the keys for wine and food pairing, just in brief, are that Swiss Chard it grows beautifully. Can be a great ornamental in your yard.
It's like a weed. It is unbelievable. It grows so well.
It's actually very pretty, and it comes in different colors. So you can actually have like a green leaf with a red stem, or white stem with a green. It's really pretty with the veining and everything. But when you harvest it, the leaves themselves, raw, have a hint of bitterness. Not harsh bitterness.
A little bit of heat.
A little bit of heat, a
little
bit
spicy
of bitterness.
Heat. Yeah.
And really goes nicely actually as an addition to salads or topping for a vegetable dish. But when it's cooked, it actually comes and takes on more of a savory characteristic, which makes it pair with red wine. So raw more with the white wines, red cooked more with the red wines.
Outstanding.
So we're pairing it today with a Trebbiano.
3 fantastic wines. The first one, Trebbiano.
Trebbiano, yes.
And this vintage 21 is amazing. It is melt in your mouth, fantastic vintage.
You don't often hear about Trebbiano as a varietal. It's not one of the predominant varietals. But it's a wonderful kind of meaty textured white wine. It's got what we call some fat to it. But the good thing about that is that most of the dry white wines are crisp, have a very edgy finish to them. This one is very mellow and has a low-key finish to it. So it really does well with some of the heavier flavor weight vegetables like Swiss Chard on the plate.
And baked potato. It's really nice with a baked potato. And Trebbiano is the fat of a blend because it, or if you're musically inclined, it provides the bass tones to the blend. Mm-hmm. It's not a violin. No, it is a bass. So it really provides some really nice flavor to a blend. Then the next one is Cabernet Franc. And Cabernet Franc we've been doing since 1991. And we were the first to do Cabernet Franc in the state of Texas. And we have won so many awards with this Cabernet Franc. It is one of the 5 original Bordeaux grapes. It grows really well in Texas. Unlike New York State, where Cabernet Franc tends to be light on its color and its texture, in Texas, Cabernet Franc is rich. It's really got a nice color, and it's a lovely, lovely wine on its own. And it also blends really well. As my son says, it plays well with Cabernet Sauvignon and Petit Verdot and Merlot. And so it's a wonderful Bordeaux blending wine.
And it's one of the easier red wines to pair with food and wine pairings. And it's one of those that kind of goes nicely with maybe a sautéed Swiss Chard, or this mushroom that we're going to be featuring the recipe on the internet.
And be sure to look it up on our site. Mm-hmm. And how can they find this?
Look for the vineyarddistrict.com culinary view, and you'll find it under our blogs. And
be sure to subscribe and join us. Become a follower, because we're posting a lot of really great stuff on the Vineyard District, and as well as Merbon. Merbon has really stepped up. Merle and Bon, so Merbon. Okay, then Cabernet Sauvignon. Cabernet Sauvignon is the granddaddy of all reds. Recently I saw a Messina Hop posting, and it said, what is the most popular red grape planted in the whole world? Here's the answer: Cabernet Sauvignon. And in Texas, Cabernet Sauvignon can taste a bit green pepper, bell pepper. And if it goes to full ripening and you really get some good color from the sun, you'll get that kind of vanilla extraction and really big Cabernets that way. Avoid picking Cabernet Sauvignon too early, less than 23, 24% sugar, because that's when you tend to pick up those bell pepper flavors, which I don't find as attractive for a Cabernet Sauvignon. To really get the meaty form of Cabernet Sauvignon that goes into new oak or almost new oak, that's when you make the big Cabernet Sauvignons.
And most people don't realize this, but we have been making Cabernet since 1983.
Absolutely.
It was one of our very first wines that we produced here at Messina Hop, and we have made it every year since.
And we planted it in 1980. Actually, we planted it in 1977, right. And we continued planting it all the way through 1983. And our first big commercial vintage was the 1983. So,
and just a note about the weather here, because we've just come out of 16, 19 degrees. It's been really cold.
It's been
here
cold
in the Brazos Valley, and even colder.
I love our fireplace. Oh Lord, I mean, we got down to 15 degrees here in the Brazos Valley, and in the high plains it got down below 6, above 0. So we will experience a few plants and some types that are maybe more wine climate. New false teeth. This year, and so we might wind up with some winter kill. Even though we really had good adaptation in the fall, because we had a bunch of days that got to 32 to 30 to 25. So normally when that happens, the plant adapts very well to cold temperatures. So we'll find out at bud break, which will be in about 6 weeks. So we'll see.
If you have your own vines out there, it's after the freeze now that you will want to start pruning. And
absolutely.
This is the pruning season when we cut the vine back and we take off 99% of the wood, because it is on the new wood that we produce the delicious grapes for the next vintage.
Yep. So we're looking forward to the 2024 vintage here in Texas. So on behalf of everybody here at Messina Hop, Merrill and I, my lovely hat, we want to wish you a great winter, and we'll see you soon at the winery.
Stay warm. God bless.
God bless.